Every morning, you open your eyes to a world that seems very real. Seriously, busy, urgent. List of pending jobs. The clock is ticking, and underneath it all is a silent pressure. Must do more, must become better. Something must be proven, but prove it to whom? And prove it what? What if none of it is as real as you think? If the worries, the deadlines, the feeling of not being good enough, just stage props in a play where you forgot you were playing the lead role? Fear, suspicion, the whole voice whispers that you are falling behind. They are not errors in the system. There is dialogue in the script, because this is not life as you think. This is a game, a performance, a dream so vivid you think it's reality. And here's the most surprising part. You are the one who chose to play. You choose the stage. You choose the character. You choose to forget, just to experience the feeling of remembering his like. And now, something is stirring inside you. A question, silent but inextinguishable. What if it's all just a role? Not fake, but a soul playing a role between space and time. And the moment you stop long enough to listen, to feel the silence beneath the noise, it's time, the real game to begin. Not a game to win, which is the game to awaken within it. And maybe, just maybe, that's why you're here, right now. You were never dropped into this world as a victim. You have entered. Ready, intentional. Somewhere beyond this name, the body. This story. You said yes. Yes with joy. Yes to fear. Yes to stillness and chaos. You didn't come here to escape it. You have come to feel it, to touch every corner of the human experience. But somewhere along the way, you forgot. You forget this is a stage. You forget that fear you carry, pressure presses down on your chest. The silent pain of not being enough. Not a defect. They are features of design. You begin to believe that there is something wrong with you, that you were hurt. But what if nothing is wrong? What if you're not broken, just worms human color? Alan Watts said, this is the game, to become so completely immersed in the role that you forget you are playing. And that's exactly what happened. You don't just play that role. Did you become it? The name, wounds, story. But please stop with me for a moment. What if every heartbreak was a scene you chose, just to understand what it means to lose and still love anymore? If every challenge is a line in the script, a page in play you helped write? This is not a punishment. That's immersion. That's art. You didn't come here to win. You came here to experience. The problem is not the pain. The problem is forgetting that it just is temporary. It was a sacred performance. So strange, messy, beautiful, and perhaps just maybe you start to remember. Somewhere along this road, you don't just play a role. My friend has become it. You forgot the stage, you forgot the script. You forget that tears, fear, silence is never the whole truth. Those were just fleeting scenes. But now, you consider them reality. You confuse emotions with identity. And that's where the suffering begins. You believe that pain defines you. The loss, that's final. Mistakes are permanent, but they are not. They are moments, lines in a script. Shadows flashed across a much larger sky. You have been in this role for too long. Starts to feel like your skin. People who achieve achievements. Loser, the silent one, the broken person. But there is none of this. They are costumes. Just temporary, symbolic, intending to reveal something, never to limit you. Alan Watts reminds us you are not a mask. You're not even the face underneath the mask. You are the one observing, the awareness behind it all. But mind, it fears the unknown more than the pain. Losing this role is like losing yourself. But what you lose, never. It really is a friend to get started. And the moment you remember that it is a role, not your nature, something softens. You breathe again, and perhaps for the first time you realize you were never meant to carry it all so heavily. You have to feel it and then let go. And in the silence, I remember you begin your comeback, not returning to the role, but back to the person who was watching the whole time. So now, you remember, it is just a role, just a dream you confused with reality. But still, fear still lingers, right? It slides like fog, wrap around your chest, whispering endings you can't control. And your first instinct, to silence it, to push it down, to run. Because of that, what you have been taught, that fear is weakness. Fear means you fail. But Alan Watts offered a softer truth. True courage is not the absence of fear, is to refuse to fight it. Fear itself is not the problem. It's a signal. A spark of life says, you care, you are here. It only becomes painful when you fight it, when you judge it, when you say to yourself, I shouldn't feel like this. But what if, just this once, did you do the opposite? What if you let fear arise without trying to lock it up? Don't pamper it, but yes, witness it. Let's see, it's like distant thunder. Think correct. But temporarily strong is still passing. This is metaphysical courage. It's not the courage to stay untouched, but the power is touched and dwells no matter what. To sit still while the storm moves through. It's not because you're invincible, but because you are no longer afraid of trembling. You can feel the change. That subtle freedom, not from conquering fear, but it is no longer needed. And when resistance disappears, something unexpected happened. The fear subsided. The grip, it's loosened. And what used to look like a wall reveals itself as a door. And behind that door, there is something deeper waiting. Not the end of fear, but the beginning of presence. So, you stopped fighting fear. You learned to sit with it, let it rise, move through you and pass. But something else still clings to the edges of your being. Something quieter than fear, but much more persistent. Perturbation. It doesn't scream, it hums. A low, constant hum beneath your thoughts. A delicate rest that can never be completely let go. And here's the strange part. Even when nothing is wrong, you still feel it. Why? Because the mind has formed habits, a reflex, to worry, to predict, to protect. Like an onion with no center, peel off one layer, another appears. Worry about money. Then there's your health. What then? They think of you. So why are you still worried? And somehow, it feels responsible. Like if you stop worrying, something bad will happen. It's like constant tension is keeping the world from collapsing. But Alan Watts called it what it was, infinite onions. An endless loop of a stress-addicted mind. Because stress brings a familiar feeling, and familiarity brings a sense of security. But just because it's familiar, don't do it realistically. Worry is not wisdom. Anxiety is not intuition. It is the echo of a mind that has forgotten how to rest. So what do? You stop shedding your skin. You stop pursuing the next what-if question. You come back. Come here. Breathe. This moment. This simple silent truth. Currently, I am safe. Right now, I'm here. And that's enough. This is how you break the curse, not by solving everything, but by no longer believing that worrying is the price you have to pay to live. You should never live in a state of emergency. You are alive and awake, and now you're remembering it. You've spent too much time trying to manage life, to control every outcome, every emotion, every moment. But maybe life can never be controlled. Perhaps it is destined to every witness. It was like a storm was gathering in the sky. You are not against it. You don't try to stop the thunder or stop the rain. You just need to observe. In silence, in amazement. Your feelings are no different. Fear, sadness, anger, even joy. They rise like clouds. They smash like waves. They pass like seasons. And your only duty is to stay. Be present. Be open. Be alert. But not to repair. Not to paralyze. Not to escape. Alan Watts once said, "Life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived." So the next time an emotional storm hits, don't wear armor. Don't hide behind distractions. Just stop, feel, note its shape, move, strain. Let it pass through you like the wind blows through tall grass. Because when you stop resisting, you will discover the magic. The storm does not destroy you, it makes you clean. And when it's over, you are not broken. Friends are more lively than before, more complete. See more here. It's not because the storm won't come, but because you remained present throughout the storm. There is how you start to trust life again. Somewhere along this road, you have been taught to hide certain emotions. That fear has made you weak. Feeling sad means you are broken. That anger needs to be buried. So you start trimming your own parts. Edit your truth to accommodate someone else's power. But here's what no one tells you. You don't have to fix what you feel. You just need to feel it. Full. No need to apologize. No need to resist. That's right. Freedom does not come from avoiding emotions. It comes from work no longer running escape from it. Like the warmth of a fire. You don't label it as good or bad. You just feel, you adjust if necessary. But don't turn the fire into something that cannot burn. They are not flaws, they are proof. Proof that your heart is still open, that you are still there here. Still alive. Alan Watts once said, "Emotions are like the weather. Let them come, let them go. Don't try to control the sky." When you stop judging your inner world, you stop dividing yourself into pieces. You are whole again. And in that integrity, remember, I can feel fear and still be grounded. I can feel pain and still be free. I can suppress my emotions without suffering. That's the change. From control to compassion. From reaction to presence. From repression to divine permission. Because the goal is never to feel seen less. The goal is more felt, no fear. That's where your true power exists, and it has been waiting for all of you to read along. Awakening is not about escaping the drama. It's about realizing you're in it, and the selection appears with awareness. You are not here to erase your humanity. You are here to embody it, to feel the scenario, but no longer dominated by it. To dance with each emotion instead of being pulled behind it. There is a silent power that will arise when you stop struggling with what life has to offer. When you no longer beg the pain left behind, no longer resisting the waves of unrest, and instead, you start living the correct life as it is. You don't need to rewrite the story. Just remember that you are playing a role in it. And that change, from unconscious reaction with conscious participation, that's where true freedom begins. You are not a puppet, no longer pulled by invisible strings. You become a person on the move, following the rhythm of life, even if it doesn't get along, even when it hurts, even when you don't know what to do next. Because now, I'm not here anymore to control the rhythm. You are here to feel it, to move with it, to say that, yes, I'm here, and I'm awake in this stream. Here's what it means to live in the presence. It's not exit the performance, but to dance your part with open eyes. Real courage is not speaking loudly. It doesn't roar. It does not conquer. It does not seek acclaim. Metaphysics. Courage is something else, something deeper, quieter, but infinitely stronger. That's the courage to feel everything. Fear, grief, longing, confusion, and don't let any of it define you. Not to rise up above pain, but stand inside it with presence, with softness, with such profound awareness, even chaos, it cannot be shaken. This kind of courage is not taught. It is remembered. It's the moment you stop resisting life, not because you gave up, but because you woke up. Wake up from the illusion that you need to control it all. Wake up to the truth is that your soul is large enough to accommodate all emotions and still is free of charge. Alan Watts calls it sacred courage, the ability to look into the unknown without flinching, To surrender is not defeat. It's about alignment. When you allow yourself to feel without armor, no judgment, you no longer live in fear. You live from the depths. This is spiritual rebellion in its pure essence form, to stop exercising power and begin to embody the truth. Not perfect, not untouchable, but reality, still the same, and finally, conscious. Now stop. Just for a moment, take a breath and gently look inside. No judgment, just curious. Ask yourself, I played the role what? Strong person? The one who never falls? The one who smiles amid the silence, even when that smile seems empty? Who asked you to be like that? And more importantly, you still need to be right. Life doesn't ask you to step off the stage, it requires you to get up on stage. Remember, you are not just an actor, you are a writer, the dreamer behind the dream. Every scene you have experienced, even scenes of calm, sadness, or chaos, are not punishment. It is taking place. It is an invitation. It is the slow transformation of the soul into consciousness. You don't need to remove that role. You just need to stop believing that you have that role. Because the moment you see through the mask, the moment you remember you're playing, something calms down. You stop acting to survive and start living with awareness. Move with presence. Breathe with truth. So ask yourself, honestly, gently, with compassion, who am I when I stop performing? And perhaps, just maybe, the game won't change when you win. It changes as soon as you remember that you are never just a character. You are the entire story.